Welcome everybody, MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the freaking hobbies coming at you right here on a Friday night. The weekend is here. It's time to get down, dirty, and nasty. That's right, the Lucky Dog Boys. Super Speedway racing late tonight, Daytona. 2 fast repairs, that's all they're going to get. They ain't going to need a one of them. These guys are awesome when it comes to super speedways. Stick around, we're going to have us some fun. Promise. Go get something to eat, something to drink, whatever. Get your butt back here for the next hour and a half or so. You're mine. We'll have us a little fun. We'll be right back right after this. National Anthem. Short but pretty.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Welcome back, everybody. MaxspeedTV, Bob with all the hobbies coming at you. Lucky Dog Racing here on a Friday night. It's time to get the weekend started the right way with me. Right here, tonight, Daytona. A special treat for you guys. Watch this. Bam, 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 and bam. That's right, we've got 4 in-rig cameras tonight. Everett Lane, Cody Nagels, Paul Witt, Thomas Holder. We'll be hanging out with these guys throughout the race, watching them, taking a look, seeing how they progress during this race. We might even get a chance to talk to them. You never know. Depends if we see a caution or not. It can happen. We're going to have us a little fun, though. I can promise you that. These guys know how to race. They, side by side, you're going to see some 3-wide racing eventually here at this track with these guys. They run so well together. I think they only had like 1 caution in 3 races here at the Super Speedway. Now, that's pretty darn good. I don't know any other iRacing league that does that. And some of these guys, they've won more championships than I've got socks in the top drawer of the dresser. A lot of talent out here tonight. We will have some fun along with talking to these guys, but also watch them in the cameras. I'd like to welcome everybody out in YouTubeville. That's correct. Even got my boss out here watching me. Uh-oh, I better not screw up. You got a favorite driver, you want me to say hello. Accelerator's on the right, unhook the plow. Whatever you want me to tell him, I'll say it. Why? Because I'm the bad boy of broadcasting. I don't care. I don't live by any of these guys. So we'll have us some fun. Qualifying, finished, done. 5 seconds to go. They'll hit the grid. When they do, we'll go through and we'll announce where they're at. And, well, maybe I won't screw up a last name. Who knows? Anything's possible. These cars, just to tell you, they're not like the trucks. You can beat and bang and rub up against anybody you want to on a Friday night. The good old-fashioned racing. There's no stages. These boys don't do stages. It's the old-time rock and roll of racing. Stages are for girls. That's what they say. That's what they call it. All right, let's do this. Your polecat tonight. Oh, yeah. And we even got him on the camera. What do you think of that? Right there, that handsome guy is. He could be a double for Cy on Duck Dynasty, couldn't he? If he moves his arm, you can tell that. Anyway, it's Everett F. Lane. F stands for fast. Right beside him, the 78. The guy's got the coolest last name in the world. I wish I had it when I was growing up in high school and nobody would pick on me then. That's right, Gary Slapinski. Row number 2, we got him in the cameras as well. It's the MaxspeedTV driver, Cody Nagels. Watch out, he's hot. Beside him, the 54 of Travis Turnamere. Row number 3, the 777, the man himself, the league owner, Mr. Michael Pegg. Beside him, the 85, Al Ghost Rider Cena. Row number 4, the 57, Brian Pearson, the 13. They just call him Gas Man, so I can't screw his last name up. Row number 5, the 00, and we got him here in the cam as well. That would be Mr. Thomas Holder. And beside him, another guy carrying the camera around. Now, this guy you got to take with a grain of salt, man. He make a train take a dirt road, I'm telling you. Not pretty to look at, but boy, he can race. And I'm talking about the one and only Mr. Paul Witt. Row number 6003 of Sean Roy, and beside him, the 43 of Sandy Curtis. Row number 7 to 52, Gary Whitmer Sr., and the number 8 of Bob Fitzgerald. Row number 8, the 89, Randolph Gumbo, and the 91 of Joel Guy. And last but not least, the number 2, Chris Hogue. Bye-bye music. Hello in Jones. Like I said, they get 2 fast repairs. Will they need them? Probably not. More than likely, they won't need them. But they're there if you want them. In some leagues, you can probably sell them for $100 a piece. Everett Lane down on the bottom. Up top, Gary Slapinski's going to lead them around to the green flag. And you can see right here, when I get rid of this, you can see him. There he is, the anorexic, malnutrition, diet drinking looking flagman. Say that fast 3 times, if you will. If he likes what he sees, we're going to take it. We're going to go green flag, and we're going to get the show on the road tonight. Pace cars off. Out of the way. Let's do this lucky dog style, MaxspeedTV. Coming up on the first lap, who's going to win it? Slapinski would love to have it up there, but he ain't going to get it. Nagels is going to take it up here at the top, and he looks like he's wanted to lead that first lap, and not going to happen. Everett Fast Lane's going to lead that lap. Nagels up on that top line. Michael Pegg in the 777 down on the bottom. He's going to be your pusher tonight. As you can see, we're riding on the top of that beautiful, shiny looking paint scheme of his. As they go into the tri-oval, is he going to be able to push him in to lead this lane? Or this lap? Let's see. They say the fastest way around this track is on the bottom. The guys on the top, they think otherwise. They say otherwise. As you can see, Nagel's right up here getting a great push by that 78 of Slapinski. As you can see right there, in the 78 machine, looks like he wants to mow the lawn. Looks like he needs to mow the lawn a little bit. Grass is a little high. All over the back of Nagels on the 6, doing what he's supposed to do, and that's pushing right up in front of that leaguer and drop him down into the rocking chair. Just like that, easy peasy. Nagels is going to be leading them around here. We'll get rid of that guy. Got a good look at Thomas Holder back there. Thomas hanging out in this beautiful looking paint scheme. Absolutely love it. Sponsored by Fiber Optics Construction. One of the best, without a shadow of a doubt, sponsors in any league. This is not chump change out here these boys are going for. They're going for some serious cash. This is not a wreck fest, and it won't be either. You'll be lucky if you actually see a caution tonight. Everett down in the bottom right in front of Nagels. Takes his league back. He says, I like it out here, young gun. Now the 54 machine, Travis Turnermere. Take a look at him right there, the Ames Oil machine. He's the cat's going to be doing some pushing tonight. And again, his job is to get that 78 of Slapinski up in front of the 24 of Everett Lane so he can drop right down in front of him. But then again, Cody Nagels' job is not to allow that to happen in any way, shape, or form tonight. Not sure what's going on with Joel Guy, but he's already 4 laps down. He must have either had a rig problem or an internet problem. But anyway, he is really going to need some serious luck tonight, as he's getting ready to go another lap down. He's going to jump out in front of these guys, and I'm going to tell you what, that right there is like a deer in the headlights, because they pounced on him like a fat lady on a candy bar. Everlane down in the bottom, still keeping it right there on that double yellow line. If you like what you're seeing tonight, hit the like button for these guys. Let them know you appreciate them as they start to get just a little bit squirrely down there in that bottom line. Nagel's doing the pushing. 7 laps in out of 75, and they will wind down like seconds. These guys do not believe in cautions. It's great to see the 85 right here. And the Glockmobile, I caught it. I'm talking about Al Cena. Haven't seen him out here in a bit, and great to have him out here. Al, one of the veterans, he can get the job done, and boy, can he push. You look in the rearview mirror and you see that guy behind you, you take a nice deep breath and you hang on. Oh man, we have got a special guest tonight, guys. A treat, a real treat. The man that invented broadcasting for iRacing several years back when I was just a young lad. And I'm talking about the one and only Mr. Rudy Cummins, the man, the voice, the myth, the legend of MaxspeedTV. Rudy, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing? How's all the hobbies going?
Hobbies is going great. I've got a few too many of them, if you ask the wife.
I hear you. Wow, this looks like a great race here tonight, Bobby. You know, I heard you talking there earlier about how good these guys are. What you're witnessing here tonight, Beth, this is the best of the best in iRacing that run super speedways. These guys are phenomenal. I have been with them for, this is your 3rd season on MaxspeedTV, but I'll tell you what, these guys are great.
Rudy, I'll tell you, I don't know how to act because you know that, well, of course you know because you've set MaxspeedTV up, but the preparation that you put in to get a race in and get it done properly takes a lot of time and effort, and then you sit here for 2 hours or 2.5 hours for the race, so you're sitting here for about 3.5 hours normally. These guys, in about an hour and 20 minutes or so, they're done and they're out of here. It's almost like taking candy from a baby sometimes.
I hear you, man. Yeah, they are just that good. You know, I mean, I know every now and then they have a race that's, you know, I heard they had one the other night it was because of the setup was not very good. But you're going to have those every now and then, and it's usually something wrong with, you know, with the car or whatever. But most of the time, these guys are phenomenal out here. I'm telling you, they are great.
They definitely know how to get the job done. I can tell you that. And there's so much talent out here, Rudy. This is my first season. You stepped down into a semi-retirement mode, and you've allowed me to, these guys have allowed me to take over for the broadcasting for them. But the talent that is out here, it's just astonishing. I mean, and the give and take, I mean, there's no drama. There's no Karens. There's nothing like this. These guys just flat out have a great time with each other. And they race, and I mean, they race hard too.
Yeah, every one of these guys, I mean, you can take all the way to the 17th place or Joel Guy. These guys, any one of them can be a winner here at any time. And we have had some surprise winners in the past where things, you know, didn't work out. Maybe somebody had a bad pit stop or whatever, had a pit stop issue. Maybe they didn't get tires or full tank of gas. There's kind of a glitch maybe, or something happened to them. Or they blinked out, you know, caused them problems and lost connection or whatever. But I'll tell you what, every one of these guys can get to victory lane. They know how to get there. They've been there.
You can set. I got the cameras up on the guys that are in rig cameras. Take a look at them. They're calm, cool, collected, and they're hardly even moving the steering wheel. I mean, it's just that relaxed. Now me, I'd have sweat running down my face. My hands would be completely sweaty like I was, getting ready to have another child or something with the wife. Nervous as could be. These guys, they're just calm, cool, collected.
Yeah, but let me tell you, they are focused. 100% focused in this. I mean, you can't disrupt their concentration right now. It would be really, if they're under caution, they're still being concentrating, onto the race. But if under caution, you may drag them up to talk to them. There's not really a chance that you're going to break their concentration because they are that focused. So, but that's what does it for these guys, man. They're great drivers. And great folks, too. Great people, man. I made a lot of good friends here.
Turnimere doing his best to get up underneath that 78 machine, a Slapinski, trying to get him up in front of Everett Lane in that 24, but at the same time, off to the side, Cody Nagels, the MaxspeedTV driver. His job is not to let that happen, and he's doing a really good job sticking to that bumper of the 24.
I'll tell you one thing about Travis Turnmeyer. He is a great pusher. Now, I don't think he's been to victory lane, maybe one time or something in the last season, but he has ability to push people, and I'm telling you, but here's the bad thing. These cars are pretty susceptible to that bumper hook, and Travis has been noted to bumper hook people. I mean, once or twice, I've seen that happen, but everybody's done that. But I think he's learned a little bit now. You kind of stay off the bumper a little bit. You leave that little bit of a bubble between them. And he does a great job of pushing. Look what he's doing to Gary Slapinski right now. Yeah, watch out for Travis Turnmeyer. He's great.
When you're talking about hitting and turning, I mean, it's easy to do. You anticipate and you hope that guy keeps what they call a straight line. You always hear all these drivers talk about keep a straight line, keep a straight line. Well, the reason why is because if you go up and get ready to give a guy a good push and you're wiggling all over the place, you are going to hook him and you're going to turn him, and that's when you calls a big one. And let's face it, you go from a hero to a zero when you do that.
Exactly, yeah. Well, guys that you kind of want to watch this season, I think is going to be a big, big factor here in the league. Watch out, Brian Pierce. I'm telling you, he's learning a lot watching guys like Michael Pegg and Gary Slapinski, Everett Lane, Paul Witt. He's watching and he's learning, and they said that they are going to turn his season around this year. So watch out for Brian Pierce. I'm expecting big things out of him. Thomas Holder with that new paint job, I'm expecting new things out of him too, because I think he's really looking for victory lane. Got a lot of good guys out here, man.
There's no doubt about it. Any one of these drivers can win any given day. And I guess that what makes this league so darn good, because every single one of them has one thing in common. They have patience.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it's all about, patience. I wanted to give a special shout out to my friend there, Billy Jones with FOC. I wanted to give a shout out to him. Just as one of the most special gentlemen you'd ever want to meet right there, man. Good friend. But thank you for Fiber Optics Construction, man, the big sponsor here for tonight's race. Great.
I'll tell you what, I've only been broadcasting for about 3 years. You've been doing it since Black and White TV came out. And and
not quite, but okay.
I'm going to pay for that later, I'm sure. But I got to tell you, Fiber Optics Construction, they not only stepped up, they went above and beyond the call of duty. I mean, this almost makes me want to give you my 2 weeks notice and come out here and race with these guys, because those guys, I mean, money's no option. They absolutely love the iRacing. They love these drivers, and I mean, they take care of their leagues better than anybody that I know.
Yep, they do. They kind of set the precedent of. They said that when they got in here, if somebody needed help with a problem or whatever, that they're a wheel or or how they're driving, or they need to learn a line around a track. there's somebody in this league that will help you. You know, usually guys like Gary Slapinski, Michael Pegg, these guys are all up on top of that. Paul Witt, he's been a big help involved in that. I think they're looking for some more guys. I think they'd like to get like Al Cena and some of these other guys, maybe Thomas Holder, involved in that too. I believe. I don't know that for a fact. But I think the more the better would be better for the league as far as helping them teach some of these guys some of the higher profile, you know, parts of getting to victory lane.
Well, hey, it looks like one of the guys out here said, "Good to hear you, Rudy. Got wings on the grill and peanuts boiling in the West Wing tonight."
Oh yeah.
Why don't you just take over broadcasting and I'll be back in, well, I don't know, however long it takes me to get there.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at.
And here comes the first, boys. As you can see, Paul Witt slams those brakes on. Michael Pegg goes off into the grass and does a little bit of lawn mowing. No harm, no foul. Didn't hit anything, didn't hurt anything. It's very hard to practice these pit stops with a bunch of drivers. It's just extremely hard to do. Now, back out on the field, on the track, Everett Lane's going to be leading them around. I would imagine once this pit road clears out, that this other cluster right here, this group will end up coming in, and it'll be their turn, and we'll see how they can do.
Well, I can't believe Michael Pegg went off in the grass, and nobody got near him or bumped him or anything. Just, I guess he misread the braking or something there, and oh gosh, he got a penalty, so he's sitting on pit road for a while. Oh man. And here comes the rest of them in, Bobby.
Yeah, you know what? Talking about penalties, that's the problem that we have. When you go into the pits, there's three things that's on your mind when you do it. Number one, well, you don't want to get caught speeding, obviously, like Michael Pegg had done. That'll set you back about a lap. You worry about somebody hitting you in the rear end. You also worry about maybe hitting somebody else, getting turned in your pit box. All those things, it basically adds up to huge time lost out on this track. And it's hard to make up, especially when you don't hardly ever see a caution.
Yeah, that's the thing about these guys. You know, it has become more and more rare to see cautions with these guys. In the first season, you know, was kind of a learning curve for these guys. Second season, they really turned up the knowledge window of, you know, learning how to race around one another, and they did excellent last year. I think this year is going to be over the top, and from what I'm hearing, it already has been, Bobby.
Well, I'll tell you, it's amazing. I mean, 3 races with 1 caution. I mean, man, I'm beside myself. I've never seen it before. In the 3 years I've been broadcasting for you, I've never broadcasted anything like that. I mean, it's just something new. As you can see right here, Michael Pegg kind of pays the price when he gets that penalty, because these guys just went right around him, and they're going to stick him a lap down.
Yep. Now, I thought Estel Fields was going to be in there. He said he had internet connection problems, and he was going to join in, but I have not seen him in there.
I think he's just doing admin tonight, I believe.
Well, I just talked to him there before you drugged me down, but anyhow, yeah, good to see you guys there. AEF, yeah, cool, man. Grill. Let's see, wings on the grill and peanuts boiling. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you.
They've got my stomach growling right now.
Oh, I know it. I'll tell you what, you ought to hear some of the, what do you hear some of the lists of food that they always cook? And they're either drinking Natural Light or, what is it, Michelob? I don't know. What is it, Michelob something?
It'd be Michelob Light.
No, it's the Ultra.
Ultra.
Michelob Ultra, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think they're either drinking that or they're drinking Natty Light, they call them. Natural Light. Yeah, that's a big difference in the quality of beer there. Natural Light to a Michelob Ultra. Big difference. But that sounds good. Wings and peanuts. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, they're killing me right now. Man, oh, man. Now, here's the thing. Check out the 85. We were just talking about him. And I'm talking about the man himself, Al Cena. Look at him. Here he comes. He started 6th. Now he's battling for the 2nd spot. Now you got a veteran pusher right here. As the 24 jumps right up on that high line, tries to grab some of that momentum. And that's when your old buddy, Turnermere, is going to do some pushing now, and he's going to prevent them and probably make Everett regret that he went up on that top line right there.
Yeah. Well, Everett went up there to control that upper line. That's the thing about the upper line here at Daytona. When you got, Everett Lane and Gary Slapinski working together, and Cody Nichols. I don't want to leave Cody out of this because Cody's very important in that. I mean, he's actually working with, the renegade or the regulators. So, don't count him out. He's there too. But they're controlling that upper line. Paul Witt, all them guys, man, all the way back through there.
As you can see, Everett gets right back up and he pops right down in front of Al Cena, right into the rocking chair where he's nice and comfortable. Now the 777 here, he's dropped in line 3rd on that inside. Now he's trying to do something that's going to be difficult. He's trying to white knuckle ride his way all the way around and get his lap back the hard way, and that's without a caution.
Yeah, he'll get it back. I got a pretty good idea he will get it back. I know he paid for that penalty that he got on pit road, and it was very costly to put him a lap down. Holy smokes! You would think that there's not much you can do to come back from that, but a caution, he would be right back on the lead lap.
And that is the thing. That's the key right now. A caution. We've seen a caution in 3 races with these guys. So Michael's probably wondering, are these guys going to go caution-free on me tonight and lock me out of this thing?
Yeah. Is somebody going to throw a piece of roll bar cage foam out the window or something, or a coffee cup, or
water bottle,
a drink bottle, anything to bring out a caution? It's hard to tell, man. We'll have to wait and see.
As you can see, one of your drivers, MaxspeedTV, the Cody Nagels, this guy, I remember when he first started out in iRacing, man. I mean, he couldn't hold a straight line if it was on a ruler. I mean, it was that bad. And, man, he came out. He practiced his butt off every single night. He didn't give up. He kept right on working. Before you know it, he wins himself a championship series in the Noma Racing. He has been really doing absolutely wonderful, and he's a force to be reckoned with anywhere on a super speedway track.
Yes. It looks like he may lead a lap here, or did he? He may have led a lap.
He's led a couple of them so far.
Yeah, he's led a couple. That's great. Vine Dog says they're drinking Budweisers. Wait a minute. He says it's Michelob Ultra night tonight. Oh, yeah. And Gumbo dug up one of them cars of money he got buried in the backyard. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, Gumbo's in there. He's running in 11th right now, so he's playing it cool right now. We'll see him up there in the front here in a little bit there. AEF and crew there at the West Wing.
Watching Cody Nagels and Pitt, or Paul Witt, those two characters have been working very well together. In this league and other leagues, they really, really seem to have a good knack for each other, as Paul just pushed Cody right up into the rocking chair, and he's going to drop right in front of Everett Lane. And Everett's not a happy camper about it, so he gets right behind Paul Witt. Now he's going to give Paul the oh-hee-ho.
Yeah, this could be a night that Cody Nichols could be wind up winning. I see his dad in chat there, Kevin. Good to see you there, Kevin.
Kevin he's always out here watching the races.
Yeah.
I mean, a very dedicated dad, no doubt about it. And it's great to have him out here. He helps me out a lot. I'm a one-man band out here, and sometimes I need a little help on what sounds good, what's going on, and he always helps me out with it.
Well, let me tell you, I don't want to make your head real big or anything, Bobby, but I'm going to tell you this. what I've been hearing about you, these guys,
they're all lies.
No, they absolutely love you, man. They love you.
Well, I gotta tell you, I got huge shoes to fill. I mean, you might have size 9 feet, but so a guy trying to fill your shoes, you got 14s.
No, these guys, they just love you, man. They love your voice on there, the antics, the little quirks you come up with, the things you say. They just love it. Very, 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 very filling, in the show. Makes the show a lot more inviting. So,
well, I got to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm going to say from one second to the next.
I know it. I know it. And that's what everybody loves about you.
Nagel's down in the bottom in a rocking chair with Slapinski right there behind him. And that 85 Alcina staying right here in the mix. But like you were talking about earlier about that 54 tournament, there he is. And he is right with them.
Yeah, those guys are the greatest pushers right there. Slapinski, Alcina, and Travis Turnmeyer. Those 3 great pushers, all 3 of them, man. Don't count them guys out for pushing.
You were talking earlier about these guys, the sponsorship, Michael Pegg and other ones, about how good they are here in this league. There's been a couple guys out here weren't able to race because, number one, their rig went down. They weren't able to get a steering wheel or pedals or something. Michael Pegg says, "Oh, that ain't a problem. Give me your address." And before you know it, at the doorstep, there's a brand new set of pedals, brand new steering wheel. Yep. I mean, these guys, they don't care. They're like one big, giant, happy family.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You got it. You got it. Yeah, many a stories like, "Hey, Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue's in chat."
Yeah, Chris dropped out. He was 13 laps back. I don't know if he's got a rig problem or an internet situation, but he went down several laps right at the very, very beginning.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin says in chat here, he says, "My wife loves Bobby. Not sure what to think about that."
Well, tell her I said thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, that's cool.
Slapinski down in a rocking chair. That's why I call it, because you're supposed to be as safe as in your mama's arms when you're down there. Everybody wants to be where that 78 ride is.
That's right.
That fresh air makes a world of difference.
Well, see, they experimented here the last couple of seasons with tape on the grill, trying to make it, well, where you can still be fast, you can still push, but you don't want to put too much tape on there, because when you get right up underneath somebody like where Alcina is right now, that car will get super, super hot, So they kind of been experimenting with that. You can duck out and get cool air, but if the more tape you have on there, the longer it takes to get cool air in that radiator. Hey, there's Esto in chat.
Yeah, he's in chat. I haven't seen him in a while. Kind of worried about the fella. Nice to have him back here. I like him better when he's behind the wheel.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be in the race tonight, Esto. What happened?
Alcina down in the bottom. He has got his nose buried right there on Slapinski's butt. And that's exactly what Slapinski likes, too, because the faster you could go, the happier these guys are, it seems like.
Absolutely. Well, Bobby, I'm going to get out of here, so you enjoy the rest of this race, man, and I wish all the drivers the best of luck.
Always, Rudy. It's a pleasure having the Hall of Famer in here with me, the man that started MaxspeedTV, and the guy that gave me an opportunity. So I appreciate it, buddy. Be safe, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, buddy. Take care. Good night, y'all.
85 Alcina drops it right into the rocking chair right now, right in front of the 78 of Slapinski. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes to super speedway races, Alcina knows his way around this place probably better than anybody, just about. I mean, he's that good of a driver. Now, what scares you is, and we're going to show you right here, you see that lone wolf way up here by himself? I believe that's Joel Guy. So these cats are going about 191 mile an hour. Joel Guy's, well, I'm sorry, that ain't Joel Guy. I don't know who that is, actually. But these guys are going to creep up on him again. It ain't going to be like a fat lady on a candy bar this time. No, it's not. It's going to be like a set of twins on a banana split. I mean, they are going to pounce all over him. He's going to go way up high as he can possibly get. And that's going to be the number 8, which is shocking. That's Bob Fitzgerald, I believe. He's the one who's going to end up going about a lap or so down here eventually. Whoa, they get real close into touching. But did you notice how everybody got out of the way and gave him a bunch of room? The biggest problem when you come up on a lapper, they try to stay up against that wall and stay out of the way. As you can see, they're 3 wide right now. Now they're kind of out of sync. And that's going to push Cody all the way back here towards the back a little bit. And he's going to hop right in behind the 24 of Everett Lane. But 3 wide racing is scary at Daytona. The guy that's a lap down tries to go up against the wall, and he tries to stay out of the way, but he'll end up slapping the wall and coming down and get in front of somebody, and then, well, all hell breaks loose. And it almost happened right there, but these guys were quick enough, they can make an evasive maneuver, and they're okay. Back at it again, no cautions. Speaking of no cautions, 38 laps, caution-free. Turnermere right there, buried. You can see him doing exactly what he is supposed to be doing. Now, when you get into this pushing mode like this, you have a tendency not to look at your water pressure or your oil temperatures or your water or temperature. You got to watch those things because you can blow these things up. I've seen the best of the best blow them up. Trying to get that tunnel vision. You're out here pushing somebody. You're close to being into the lead. You're licking your chops. You're not watching your gauges, and before you know it, kaboom. DF Williams, I gotta tell you, my friend, these guys have had so many caution-free super speedway races. I'm spoiled. As we got some coming in right now. And here they come. We're going to watch him come in as the 57 is going to turn and hang on to it and get front right there, the 777. He's got to get drilled. Now, here's the thing. Did Michael Pegg, let's ride with him. Is Michael Pegg going to have to use one of his fast repairs? Did he get hit hard enough? Let's take a look and see if he uses one real quick. And it doesn't look like he's going to have to use one. So the hit wasn't that devastating to him. But poor old Michael, that 777, I don't know. For 777s, you'd think he'd have a little bit more luck in what he's got. And by himself pops in Sean Roy. I mean, all by himself. He is like the ugly guy at the prom that nobody wants to dance with. When you come into pit road without any dance partners, it just flat out sucks. The 85, Al Cena is going to be leading them in right here. They've been on 20-lap tires. Tires is not a big deal when you get into these super speedways. The fuel is. Now, don't get me wrong. When the tires wear down, you got to really saw that wheel. You can drift up pretty easy. But when you got to get a full tank of fuel, you might as well grab the tires too because it won't cost you any more time at all. I would probably imagine next time around you might be seeing some more of these guys coming in. As the 777 Michael Pegg, he gets out. He's going to be 2 laps down when this is said and done right here. Nagels in the pits and out of the pits by himself. As you can see, the boys are coming behind him, and he knows they are, and there's nothing he can do about it by himself. Just put the foot through the floorboard and hope for the best. Let me get rid of this ticker up here so you can see. You can see him as he comes in with Al Cena. We're going to do a ride with him right here while we got him. This is what it's like going into the pits. You go from 190 mile an hour to about, I don't know, what is the speed here? Let me look and see, I'll tell you. 65. He'll pop in. They'll jack him up. He'll get his fuel. You hear him keeping that motor revved up real high, just like the real deal, because when you drop it, you can stall it, and you don't want to do that. So he's in and he's out. Turner mirror right there behind him. Now, the ones you got to worry about when they start coming around here, you can see them all coming in and out of the pits. Now, they're all going to gang up right here with each other, hopefully. They got to go past that commitment cone. And then they can hop that out on the track. And that's where they're going to start lining and teaming up with one another. Single file all the way. But don't worry. Eventually, they're all going to get caught up. And you can see right here, Turner mirror, look at him. He's right there, right on the bumper of the 85 stand. Right there. Every place he goes, the 54 will follow. And that's what you got to do. Now, eventually, these two cats behind the 78, they'll catch up with him. And then they'll have a little tag team thing going on. They'll all bunch up together. Give them time. But you can tell that 54 is working his butt off to try to keep them two out front as long as he possibly can. There's Thomas Holder. A good run for him so far. Currently in the 3rd spot. The Fire Optics Construction. What a paint job that puppy is, huh? And of course, he's being pushed by this guy. Another Fiber Optics Construction. Mr. Paul Witt. And I got his little mug right here as well. Both of them working together. Speaking of working together, watch Gary Slapinski. He is really doing some shoving right now, and I think he's going to get these guys a run for their money up here. He's going to stick Paul Witt probably up into the rocking chair maybe. Cena down in the bottom, and he's got, I mean, he has got the 85 or the 54 right there. The 54, Travis says, you know what, you guys are coming. He says, but I'm gonna slow you down. I'm not gonna let you get up past us. Now they're all gonna bunch back up together right here. That last ride, you see the gas man, currently in the 9th spot, sitting back watching everything happen. Now this is what it's like when you're running. He's in 9th spot, and he's got these guys that are up there, and you can hear him feathering that throttle. He's happy right where he's at, and he wants to give himself enough room in case something happens up front that he's not going to waste a fast repair. But you can hear him play with that throttle. He does not want to beat the 89's bumper off at all. He doesn't want to touch Gumbo. He wants to stay right there with him. Rule of thumb in super speedway racing is you never push the pusher. You got to get right on his bumper. Whoa, you can see right there, the 54 gets down off that double yellow line, and that is a real scary thing to happen. You want to be real careful when you do that because it will throw you right up into the wall. Not sure what happened with Travis, but you can see him. He's coming down. Now, did he? It looks like he's blown the motor. He's gotten way too hot. Remember what I told you guys? You gotta watch your temperatures. You gotta watch those gauges as much as you watch the outside of your windshield. But that's what's happened to him. He's blew that motor up, and he's running all the way around. You see the smoke coming out the back end of this thing. See it smoking right there. He's hanging on to it. It's not blowed up yet, but it's extremely close. But he's made it back in here. No harm, no foul. And he will end up going a lap down for these cats, probably. It's a very, very common mistake. Even The guys that's been out here forever and a day racing super speedways, they'll blow them up. They get so intense, so tunnel visioned. Paul Witt down in the bottom in the rocking chair. He's liking where he's at. We got his mug right here. There he is. He's got MaxspeedTV sponsored all over him. Mama put him down into the basement. Says, fine, you want to race? We're going to stick you down there. And that's where he's at. He's in the Paul Witt dungeon. He's not a handsome looking guy, but by golly, he can race. I'll tell you that. Probably get in trouble for that one too. Oh well. Alcina up top with Gary Slapinski doing some pushing right now, trying to get him up there in front of that 429. It's going to be kind of tough to do it because when you got the 43 with Curtis and you got Gumbo working together, and you know what? It just looks like Slapinski made a big liar out of me because he just put him right up in front of him. Coming up on some lap traffic. These guys are kind of spread all over the place right now. And I know there's a lot of boys would love to see a caution. Big time. You've got 4 of them that are at least 1 lap down. Turnamere trying to get it back the hard way, trying to race it back here. Brian Pierce back here in the 57 machine. Michael Pegg, by himself. Joel Guy is 6 laps down. Now, Cody Nagel's up here. He is on the lead lap along with Mr. Everett F for Fast Lane. I got them both right here. Take a look at him. Ooh, that's Paul. I don't want to see him no more. There we go. These 2 cats. They're currently going to be running 9th and 10th. And as you can see, they are going to be, well, let me change this. There you go. That's a 7-second gap behind of the leader. So they would love nothing else better than have a caution come out so they can get all back together again. 51 laps out of 75 in the book, and we haven't seen my caution commercial at all yet. And quite frankly, it was pretty cool. I liked it. Will we see it? Or won't we? I know about 7 guys out here with Bobby. I would love to see that caution. Witt on the top. Slapinski again. Doing some pushing. Travis trying to get his lap back the hard way. Trying to white knuckle ride that thing all the way around there. Coming up on some lap traffic, and I do believe that will be Mr. Pegg in the 777 machine. The 777s is not rolling the dice very luckily tonight. Nice move right there. The 78 machine and Paul Witt. They used that 777, got some of his draft a little bit, and just before they got to him, they darted right down in front of the 85 of Alcina. So they used him as kind of, I wouldn't say a pick, but they used him to grab some of that draft. "13 people watching right now, 8 with the like button. For those of you that hit the like button, thank you very, very much. I'm sure these guys appreciate it. For the other ones that didn't, y'all got to be blind or something, because this is some great racing. Caution-free 54 laps. If you hit the like button and you get a blister, Rudy from MaxspeedTV will send you a MaxspeedTV Band-Aid. I promise. Now, these guys are going to have to pit one more time for sure. And that should be it. That's when you start to get just a little bit nervous. You know you've got one more pit stop, and let's face it, a pit stop can make or break you. Slapinski, he's done more pushing tonight, I think, than anybody just about. He's only led 10 laps. Laps led? Who's led the most laps so far? Well, Everett has. 16 of them. But that might change here. Now, you got two different sets going on. Two locomotives. And you can see them right here. Right there's your first bunch. And here comes your second bunch. And they're running them down, actually. Now, you've got to stay single file. If you stay single file and tucked, you will be able to run these guys down. If somebody drops out of line, it's going to hurt them as they're coming into the pits right now for the last final time, I think. As they come in, and that was a great pit stop by all these guys. So when the pressure's on to make a good pit stop, everybody came through and executed perfectly here. Now, can this bunch of guys do the same thing? Are they going to be able to execute their pit stop perfectly? It's their last one. And we're going to be right with them when they do it, and we'll see. And here they come. You see how they fan out like they did? And they, too, done a great job. You got two cats out here who's not been in the pits, or hasn't pitted yet, I should say, and that's going to be Gary Whitmer Senior and Rudolph Gumbo. The guys are coming back out on the track. They got to go all the way around to that commitment cone, and leading these guys off is one of the veterans right here. And that's going to be the 24. Now, Everett, right now, is one lap down. And that will eventually change. Whitmer and Gumbo, they're in. So that's going to give your lead back right here to this guy, the 85 of Alcina. Slapinski is going to be second. It will change back around here once they get going past its finish line, because they're going to catch these guys and they'll blow by them right here. So the Ghost Rider is going to be in the lead. That's what we call him. And he's got Everett Lane locked in tow. Everett will be the first one to get his lap back if a caution happens to pop out. And I would imagine this guy is absolutely hoping that one will come out. Slapinski's led 10 laps so far this race. He's been the pusher of all pushers tonight. Travis Turnermere was doing a great job. And then he ended up, well, kind of did a little bit of a boo-boo. He wouldn't watch his gauges, and he did. I think he blew his motor up. So he's back out here fighting. He's currently in that 12th position. But these three cats are sailing off into the sunset right now with 15 to go at the line. They've got enough to go all the way. That's not an issue. All they want to concentrate on doing is staying together, single file, because these guys back here are the closest things to them. And as you can see, they're going up into turn 3 right there, and these guys are just hitting turn 3. So they're about 4.5 seconds back from the leader. As the leader comes up on lap traffic, and that will be Mr. Paul Witt. And that's going to drop Paul down a lap. So Paul's having a rough night tonight here a little bit, as he was battling up front for quite a bit, most of the race actually. Let's see. These guys right here, if they all could just get in a single file line, they'd be able to chase these boys down. The gas man up on that high line with Nagels right behind him. They can get up there in front of these guys, they'll drop down. And if they do, they should be able to catch these guys. They're only 4.5 seconds back. But these three are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And they're going to have Paul Witt join in the reindeer game with them. He too will hop in there and start doing some pushing. And of course he will, because he'd be the first one to get his lap back if something was to happen. And it would put him right back into this race. But for right now, he's got to hop in behind him and just do a little bit of drafting. And you can see those guys behind them. They're slowly catching them. As they come out of turn 4, you can see the leaders right up front. They're not quite close enough where they can smell their bad breath, but they're getting there. Do they have enough time to run these guys down? That's the question. And I can assure you, these three guys are talking, and they are, whatever you do, do not leave your wingman, because we have got a hornet's nest behind us, and they're coming. Hope everybody's having a good time tonight. This is the Lucky Dogs Super Speedway Series. You can catch these guys also on Tuesdays in the Gen 6 Series. I hear they got a heck of a great broadcaster there, too. I don't know. It's just what I heard. I just found out today I have a big fan. Cody Nagels' mother. Boy, I can't wait to rag Cody on that one. And there Cody is, doing everything he can, working his heart out. Trying to get caught back up there. You can see him sitting in the darkness of his room. That's the way he likes to run. Mama, you can't see your boy's handsome face. Alcina leading some laps. How many laps? He's led 17. And like I said, big bucks here. Fiber Optics Construction. They put out some cash. Every little lap counts. Every point counts. Coming up on 9 to go. Lap traffic, watch him. He'll get right out of the way. Thank you very much. That would be Joel Guy. Now, the only thing you kind of worry about, you get a little nervous, as these guys coming up on that lap car. It will put them 3 wide when it happens. It does get kind of nerve-wracking. But he's a setting duck right here. And he knows he is. And he's going to wait and see when these guys catch him. And when they do, he'll get out of the way. But for the time being, he's holding his own. Recap, in case anybody doesn't believe me. 0 cautions. 19 lead changes. You want to know why there's only 17 to 20 guys in this league? Oh, it's a lot to do here. I mean, the expectations are pretty darn high. Obviously you're going to be a little nervous. I mean, man, these guys go races without a caution. You better know what you're doing when you ride with these guys. There's no doubt about it. I'd be bouncing off a lot of these fellers. 8 laps to go. Now, Everett Lane in the 24 machine. Let's get rid of that and go to the smaller one. There we go. How's that? Now, that guy right there, he's like a cushion for the 85 of Alcina. I'm talking about that handsome-looking guy, Cy Jr. He's the cushion right now for that 85 machine. And the reason why he's a cushion is because Slapinski, the third car back right here, he's got to think about it. What's going to happen? Is Paul going to stay right there with that 85? More than likely he will. Or I'm sorry, not Paul, but Everett. Is he going to stay with the 85? Yeah, he will, because he's not going to gain anything whatsoever by going out. Drifting up to the higher line or whatever to try to pass him. He's not going to get a single thing out of that whatsoever. But what he is going to do if he stays is he's going to be that buffer between him and that 78 machine is Slapinski. These guys are trying to run him down up here. Do they have enough time? And as long as they stay single file like this, they're going to make it really hard for them. The guys go up high, they get out of the way, which is great. Now you got to worry about these cats right here breaking away coming. Do they have enough time to catch them? Not seeing it happen right now. The Ghost Rider out front, going to be 4 to go at the line. He's got the buffer in between him and the 78 of Slapinski, who's running in second. Paul Witt all the way down here, a lap down. Currently in the 8th spot. There's only 6 cars on the lead lap. Hope everybody's having a good time watching this. It doesn't get any better than this. It's the Lucky Dog Super Speedway Series. And don't forget, on Tuesdays, the Gen 6 Series. You want to think of excellence? You think of the word Lucky Dog. Usually a lot of Super Speedway races, you get about 8 to go, 7 to go. It's a caution fest. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've seen it. These guys, it doesn't happen. Two to go. Is the veteran going to be able to pull this thing off? And is Everett Lane going to stay right there with him? Be that blocker, that cushion between him and the 78 of Gary Slapinski. You can see his banner on the windshield, MaxspeedTV. Now, if Gary jumps out, will the 429 go with him? And if he does, then we might have ourselves a race right here. Because the 24 is going to stay right there with Alcina, I imagine. And you can see him, they're thinking about it right now. You can see he's lurking, he's peeking, he's looking. Whatever he's going to do, he's going to have to do it here quickly because he's coming up on the white flag. Alcina trying to get it done, coming up on the white flag right here. How's this thing going to end? How's it going to stay? Is a 24 Everett Lane, is he going to stay right there behind him? Is he not going to leave the wingman right there? There they go. The 78's going to go up high, and the 429, Mr. Paul Witt, is going to be with them. Now we got ourselves a drag race. You can see it. Let me get a better view of it right here. Coming right at you. You can see it. Now it's going to be all up to the pushers. They got to try to get real close to each other, pinch each other down a little bit, try to take away some of that momentum. And look at that. Paul Witt's got his nose buried. And so does the 24 of Everett Lane. There's no lifting here, guys. None whatsoever. What's going to happen right here, huh? Game over. Slapinski's going to win this thing. And he won it by a nose. Unbelievable. Run it back. I cannot believe it. That's how quick this was. You can see it coming to the line. Well, maybe I'll find it's the right one. Give me a second here. I'm looking. This one don't have the one I want. Take a look at it right here. As they're coming to the line. And they are close. Real close. Still close. And he's going to edge it out by about maybe a fender, I think. You can see it that far, that close. They get down real tight with each other, try to do whatever they can do to slow that that lower line down. You can see Paul Witt dropping way down there. As they come to the line, and it was like maybe a half a fender, if that. There's going to be your winner, guys. Unbelievable. That's going to be the guy right here. Unbelievable. I'm telling you, what a race, guys. It doesn't get any better than this. What can we say? The Lucky Dog race, it doesn't get any better than that. 0 cautions. 20 lead changes. Slapinski dives out. 1 lap to go. Gets a little help from Paul Witt. Probably going to send him a box of roses and a box of candy and a dozen roses. You know what I mean. Better send him something. You guys stick around. We're going to talk to these 3 cats. MaxspeedTV, the Lucky Dog Super Speedway Series. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane.
Welcome back, everybody. MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobbies coming at you. Lucky Dog Super Speedway Series here on a Friday night. What a way to start off a weekend. Caution-free race. For the love of God, I sit back, I make a great commercial for my cautions, and you know what? I don't even get to play it. But you know what? I'm going to show it to you guys because, well, I want to. And I'm proud of it. There it is. The cool caution lights, the music behind it. I mean, it's awesome. Just like that. That good. And you know what? Didn't get to see it. Apparently, these guys don't like my commercial. I don't know. But what they did is an amazing thing. Like I said, 0 cautions, 20 lead changes tonight. Unbelievable. Talking with a third-place finish, none other than the Gas Man. I think he made his name easy so I couldn't screw it up. And I appreciate that very much from the bottom of my heart. So talk to me. What was it like? Did you have a blast?
Oh yeah, had a great time. I gotta say there was some great teamwork out there, and had a little hiccup in the pits there. I slid through one time, but we recovered pretty good. So pretty happy. Good racing with Al again, and Thomas and Everett, and I got to give a shout to Cody because he pushed me there, and I knew he was going to race me for the position at the end, but he helped push me up there. So it was good. It was, you know, typical race, white knuckle. You had to be on the edge of your seat and up on that wheel, you know. It was good.
I don't know. I was just so involved with watching this race. I mean, my goodness, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was only 6 guys on the lead lap. I mean, these guys were flying.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think some guys had some pit stop woes. I know Everett should have been up there. He was strong all night, but he had an issue in the pits. He got a roll through one time, and then he got caught speeding, so he was a bad boy there. But, yeah, I don't know what happened to the rest of the guys because we didn't have no yellows, so it's not like they got wadded up somewhere, so I don't know what happened there.
Well, congratulations on your third-place finish. Points is so important, man. Fiber Optics Constructions, they put out some serious cash for this Lucky Dog League, and I'll tell you, every lap you lead, every breath you take, I mean, you have got to be happy with a third-place finish with the talent that's out here tonight.
Oh, yeah, tickled pink, man. It was a good run for us again, and like I say, I appreciate Billy Jones, all he does for the league and everything, so big shout-out to him, too.
All right, who do you want to thank before I let you get out of here and enjoy your weekend, buddy?
All righty. Want to thank the good Lord above for making this all possible, and obviously Billy Jones and the regulators, and I said all the teammates, Everett, Thomas Holder, and Cody actually helped out quite a bit there. So it was just a good run, Al and everybody. Appreciate everybody. You guys too. You do a good job.
Appreciate it. You take care of yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, and we'll catch you Tuesday night, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thanks for everything.
They call him the Gas Man. I think they do it because they feel sorry for me because I suck at last names. I don't know, but I love it. He did a great job. Couldn't ask for a better night. He said he had a blast. Now, this guy here, Al Cena, I'll tell you what, he led 27 laps of this race. He started 6th, and he finished 2nd. Man, you were on fire for a while, Al.
Well, car's running good. We had some good teamwork there throughout the race. Had a few little problems there. Travis had motor problems, and of course Everett, and had a pit problem there. And Thomas and Frank, everybody had kind of a little bit of problem somewhere, but we managed to get through it, and we was in position there at the end. It was real close, but just not quite.
Yeah, you know what? Believe me, I get it. You're always just a tad bit shy, all the time. But I'll tell you, you were doing some serious pushing tonight. I think you was having more fun pushing than you probably were doing anything. It looked like you were having a blast out there.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun out here racing. You get to push. You get to lead some. And if you're in position, go for the win. A lot of fun with these guys. Just top-notch racers. There's really none better. So anytime you come over here and run, you better have your game face on.
You betcha. Game face, game plan, a couple rabbit's feet hanging in your rig. A whole lot of stuff's got to go right when you win these races because the talent is unbelievable. Who do you want to thank, Al, before I let you get out of here and enjoy your weekend?
Well, I want to thank Mr. Jones for what he does for the league. Really appreciate it. Thank all the Lucky Dog guys. Thank my teammates there. And thank you for putting on a great show. Also, thank Brian. He does a lot of work behind the scenes, so it's well worth a thanks for him.
Definitely. Brian has helped me out. I'm a new guy that came on. Rudy's going to retire. You guys gave me the opportunity here. And Brian has helped me out tremendously. So definitely appreciate all the help that he's done. He helps make me kind of look good, and believe me, I need it. You take care, buddy. Have yourself a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll catch you Tuesday night.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Well, this guy probably doesn't need no introduction because, well, I think he's had more wins than I've got underwear in the top drawer. No doubt in my mind. Gary, the coolest last name that I know. How in the world, take us back, one lap to go. What was your strategy?
Well, I told Paul that I said, I'm not pulling out until we come off of turn 2 on the white lap. I said, that's where I'm going. I said, I'm just going to hang out behind these cats. I said, all I want you to do is keep that motor as cold as possible because that's the only way I'm going to get this win. I said, if we do this right, I'm going to come home with the W. And he said, all right, buddy.
Yeah, it sounds like that Paul might be having a look in the mail maybe for a box of candy or a dozen roses or something. He definitely worked good with you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did a great job. I really appreciate it. Paul did an awesome job tonight. I know he had a little issue. Cody had an issue. I know Michael Pegg had an issue. So for a while there, I was out there by myself, but I still kind of ran into them. As they went a lap down, we caught them, and at least I had someone to help me out. So that was a plus.
The pit stops are a scary thing. It's a hit or a miss. I mean, you could be a hero or you're going to be a zero. I mean, it's just the way it is. It is so hard to practice those things. And I know you practice them constantly all the time, but still, if oops is going to appear its ugly little head, it's going to be when you're going in for the pits. No doubt about it.
Yeah, you can be really aggressive, and people just get a little too aggressive sometimes, and they overshoot it and go into the grass, and all of a sudden they're in trouble, or they overshoot their pit stall. I seen Everett. He had a little issue tonight, and I'm sure he's a little upset at that. I saw him drive through it, and he reversed, and he was all over the place trying to get that thing back in the box there. Unfortunately, a little issue. So this is kind of what happens. I had the same thing happen a couple weeks ago. So, but you kind of just suck it up and you get back out down the racetrack and you get the best finish you can.
As my wife would say, suck it up, buttercup.
Yep.
All right, buddy. You know how it works. You've been here enough times. Who all do you want to thank before I let you get out of here and enjoy your weekend?
Oh, this win is for the Russell Landscaping. These guys, I've been trying to get them a win, and this is for them. This is for you guys. This win is definitely for them. All the guys out there, all of them. This is for you guys. We'd like to thank FOC too. We'd like to thank Lucky Dog, MaxspeedTV, of course you, Bobby. We'll thank Brian and my wife and kids. Thank you.
Congratulations, Gary. Way to go, man. Get out of that rig. Get yourself something cool to drink because you deserve it, buddy. Winner, Lucky Dog Super Speedway Series. You take care of yourself. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Tuesday night in the Gen 6 Series.
Thank you.
Well, what do you guys think, huh? It doesn't get any better than this. I'm telling you. Plain and simple, it does not get any better than this. No way. Again, race summary. Zeros, baby. 0. No cautions whatsoever. No caution laps. 20 lead changes tonight. That's why the Lucky Dog Super Speedway League is one of the best, period, in iRacing. Some think they are. These guys are. Congratulations again goes out to Gary Slapinski, the coolest last name that I've ever heard. You guys out there, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it all out there. You all be safe. Be very safe. And you know what? Get an opportunity, take 5 minutes to pray for this nation because we need it. Until Tuesday night, Bobby with all the hobbies, MaxspeedTV. I'm out of here. See ya.